Hey, I was trying to write a post on some thoughts I had over journalism and articles and research, but I realized it's easier for me to talk, and then my friend Bear came to visit, and I was like, you know what, he should be in a video because look at those kicks. That's pretty awesome. But what I was trying to write about, yes, does it make you excited too? Was an article. As you can tell from the nature of my work, people send me articles all the time, and one recently was Wall Street Journal's Where Have All the Good Men Gone, talking about the passivity of men and probably delayed adolescence. I don't know, I just skimmed it because it's nothing new. I've heard stuff like this before. Simultaneously, Time came out with an article about men are ready to get married. Helen Fisher did some of that research, and she's someone who I respect her research, but you start reading that article and then they show another researcher who completely disagrees with Helen Fisher's research. So the point is that you can really find anything that you want to support what you believe about men. But what's frustrating, but what's frustrating is the fact that I feel like, is that we have named men far more in the last 3 years than we ever have. And because of the inundation of information, it's easy for you to find a definition. Find a definition of what you think men. Here, I'm going to give him away to his mother. Of what men are and have been to you. And I understand I think it's all rooted in our fear. When you have a fear because you've been hurt, and trust me, I have been hurt. You want to feel like this fear that you have is justified and that the pain is real, and that's true. There are abusive men out there. There are passive men out there. There are men who don't want to get married. But there's also a lot of good men out there, like my little friend Bear that was just here. He's a little baby and he has the potential to be a great man. And I feel like one of my favorite quotes is from Patton Dodd, and he says, "Cynicism is not activism." And I think about that, and I think back, what's at the root of cynicism and activism? It can be the very same thing. It can be a scenario that someone then chooses to either be cynical about or to be an activist about. But the thing is that it's much easier to be cynical. It's much more difficult to be an activist, because that means that you're an agent of change. And so what I'm challenging women to do is say, okay, you can find and you can label and you can name men, but if you really want to impact our generation and have men like little Bear be believed in, we're going to have to stop and think, am I going to keep them in this box, or am I going to look and think about who they are and speak belief into them, so that they feel like they have the potential to be something? Because right now I feel like a lot of men feel labeled and named, and when you name something over and over and over, eventually they'll respond to that name. So that's kind of my thought on that article. It is what it is, but let's move forward.